Hi everybody, it's Ramona here from Connect Your Angels. Welcome to another weekly reading. And this is going to be the reading for February 25th through March the 3rd. So, quick thing, here I'll just turn this around. Get this set up. Here I am. Hi. Quick thing that I wanted to mention before we get going with this week's reading. For you, those of you who follow astrology, we are now again into Mercury Retrograde. So just a quick reminder about that. That means the planet Mercury, which is the one that rules all communications, is now spinning backwards in effect. So that means that anything to do with communications usually goes through some wonky stuff. So you can expect to have some hang-ups with anything to do with technology, travel, communications. So this is a good time to make sure you're always backing things up and just to give yourself extra time if you're traveling, that kind of stuff. It is not a time to start anything new or to sign new contracts or anything like that. This time of Mercury retrograde is a time to do anything that starts with RE. So rest, rejuvenate, renew, review, research, all those types of things. So that's, it's a good time to finish up loose ends on projects or to polish things, but again, like I said, not to really start anything new. And this goes on until March 17th, so we are in for a few weeks of it. But forewarned is forearmed, or however that saying goes. So at least when you know about it, you can kind of plan a little bit for it. Okay, all right, so we're going to go ahead and get started with this week's reading. And I just got to undo my cards here. They're all wrapped up. Alrighty, so we'll get that out of the way, and I'm going to go ahead and shuffle. Ooh, we had one pop right out of there, so we'll grab that one. And I'll take this one. And take one more. Okay. Nice. Okay, so for Monday, Tuesday, we have passion. Where are we here? Passion. And it's a reminder to really trust and follow any renewed passion that you have right now in your love life or your career. So if you've been getting those, pokes or like some new bursts of inspiration, you've gotten fired up about some things, it might be the ideas that have kind of been germinating all winter long. We're kind of sort of heading towards spring, right? So a lot of people are getting antsy. They just want to start in that spring mode of, starting to see new ideas coming up or new growth or rebirth or all of those things. So if you're getting strong feelings about that or repetitive ideas that keep coming to you, trust and follow through with those, because again, that's, your angels giving you that guidance. The guidance is in response to whatever it is you've asked for, so they are going to guide you. They're going to give you that, what should I do? They're going to kind of take your hand, so to speak, and guide you in the direction you need to go in. So pay attention to that stuff and really notice if there are certain things that are repeating, because again, that means that they've now lined that all up for you, and it is the right time to follow through, as opposed to sometimes when it's just not the right divine timing yet and you have to wait it out. Now it is the right time, so they want you to go ahead and act on that. Okay, all right, so for Wednesday, Thursday, we have angel therapy, and that's what I do, angel therapy. So I'll read you what it says. Give your cares and worries to the angels and allow them to take, it says, allow us to take your burdens. That's absolutely right. Too often we have this mentality, and they say, we feel like we have to do everything ourselves. Like we put all this on ourselves. And, that's the world's a hard place right now. And so you shouldn't have to go it alone, is what they're saying. So you should be able to offload some of the burden and give it to them. That's part of what they're there for. We often only think of them in this mode, where they help us, but it can also work in the reverse where we give stuff to them, right? So give your cares and your worries. Worry, again, doesn't serve you in any way positively at all. It only works negatively. So instead of being worried about something, you can give it over to the angels in the form of prayer. Ask God and the angels to help you. Say, please help me with whatever that is that you're worried about, give that to them so that they can help you in return. Because as you recall, the angels, although they're there and they want to work with you, they cannot just start doing things until you ask for that help. Okay, they can't interfere with your free will, so you actually have to physically ask. And you can ask out loud in your head, you can write it down, you can pray it. Those are all the same thing. Those are all forms of asking. So there is no right or wrong way, but the main thing is to do that. You do invoke them or ask them for that assistance, and to do that regularly, because that's part of what they are here for. They are God's gift to us to enact his will, which is peace on earth. And the way they give us peace is by helping us, and by us offloading our burdens helps make us more peaceful, if that makes sense. Okay, that's very interesting. They've been talking peace because the card for Friday and the weekend is peace. There it is, the dove, and it's saying peace comes from remembering that only love is real. And what that means is we have to get ourselves into the mindset, or to recognize our thoughts. Okay, so when we get all these thoughts in the span of a day, right? When a thought comes into our head, often it's an ego thought, something that we've sort of made up in our mind. It's a mind story we tell ourselves to keep us in our comfort zone. So what I mean by that is, these are the thoughts that, like, I'm not smart enough, I'm not good enough, that's going to cost too much money, that's going to take too much time, that probably wasn't a good idea, maybe I'm really not cut out for this. Those kinds of thoughts, right? They're fear-based. The ego likes you to stay in your comfort zone and doesn't want you to move out of it, whereas the angels and spirit always push us outside of our comfort zone, because that's where we grow. We grow personally, we grow spiritually. So when we stay in our comfort zone, we can't really reach our true potential. But what we have to do is realize the thoughts that we should be spending our time and energy on are the thoughts where it says peace comes from remembering only love is real. The loving thoughts that pop into our mind are the ones that are real, and those are the ones we should be spending our time and our energy on. So it's the thoughts that come from spirit and your angels, their guidance. That's what you need to do. Not listening to the inner negative critical voice that is our ego, that doesn't want us to change or move forward or grow or all those types of things. So you can even use some tactics to help you recognize these thoughts, and some things that they've shown me, which I often recommend to my clients, are when you recognize you're having one of those negative thoughts, just to say out louder in your head, cancel or delete, or even imagine that you're hitting that button on the computer. And that just wipes it out, and you realize, wait a minute, that's an ego thought. I'm not even going to give that any of my time whatsoever. Just delete, delete, delete. Right? I've even been known to say, shut up, ego. So that works too. Some people wear, an elastic band around their wrist, and every time they get those ego thoughts, they snap it just to, kind of jerk themselves to remembering, wait a minute, I don't want to give this thought my time and attention. It's an ego thought, and it, it has no basis in reality. If you're not sure where the thought is coming from, say to yourself, who says? So, if you want to take this course and you're really excited about it, and then the more you think about it, this voice pops into your head, and it's like, that's not gonna work out. It's gonna cost too much. It's gonna take up too much of my time. Yeah, probably wasn't really a good idea. Stop yourself right there and ask, who says? And if you can't really answer that with a fact-based answer, then it means that's a mind story you're telling yourself to keep you from moving forward with that, and it's coming from your ego. So you want to hit cancel, 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 delete, delete, delete. I'm not listening to you, and know that you're being guided to follow through with that because you got excited, you got passion. It goes back to this passion card for the beginning of the week. You were excited about that. So listen to that. Before the head takes over, listen to what the heart is saying. Too much we're in our heads, and we need to be operating instead from our heart is what they're saying, okay? So try that this week. I'm challenging you all to move through your week really trusting in your heart, in your gut, and following through with what those areas are telling you as opposed to what's in your head. Okay, can you do that for me? And let me know how it's going. I love feedback, so post here on YouTube, send me an email at spiritualmailman@connecttoyourangels.com, and remember the 2 is the number 2. Or you can post it on my Facebook page. It's the same name, Connect to Your Angels. Okay, so let me know how that's working for you. I'm really excited to hear from you. So that's it for the week. I wish you all a wonderful week, many angel blessings, and we'll see you all here next week. Bye, guys.